I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my own personal story as an entrepreneur. That an entrepreneur can actually be made. Because I'm an example of that. You're either a purebred entrepreneur or you are not. Or you're an employee or you're an executive. I'm going to disagree with that. Because I've been myself going through that experience. I could tell you that when I was growing up, I was a little kid that had no ambition. I was interested in other things, girls, parties. So that was not my thing. How did I become like this master in building businesses and doing all this stuff? It didn't just happen overnight, right? Well, let me tell you a little bit more about that. When I was like 19 years old, I met this beautiful lady. She's my wife today, still to this age, 13 years married or so. And she was an entrepreneur. And at that point, I was like, great. Now I have a woman that can produce money for me. Even better. That was fantastic, right? I felt like, aside from the fact that I was involved with her, I was in love, then that was just like an extra bonus in my case, right? Believe it or not, I used to think like that, okay? So like, I hope that my wife doesn't see this video later on. But that's the point, right? This is the reality. Later on, throughout the years, like we had kids. I had 3 kids. Why am I telling you guys this story? Because I think it's an interesting story for you guys to mimic a little bit. It was a special moment because I remember I had a friend of mine. He approached me and he said, look, how about this opportunity? It's selling on Amazon. And I'm like, interesting. I started learning about it. And once I got in love with it and I started opening up my eyes, we do have a very different world. And I started seeing all this interconnected world. That for me was a big aha. Drop it. I remember I used to play a lot of like, this is famous game, Angry Birds, right? Everybody knows Angry Birds. There was another game of like, the Tomb Raider, I don't know what it was called, on the phone. I dropped everything. I dropped completely everything. Now I became obsessed about building businesses and building dreams and helping people and making a difference in this planet. For example, the other day, I have this client who's a big client that pays us a lot of money on my agency. This client was, talking to me about my copywriting skills. And I was like, wait a second, so I have copywriting skills? He wanted to fire his long-term copywriter that he's been paying her thousands of dollars a month because I was so good at that job. So I was like, wait a second, I could even have a source of income from this. I don't want it because it's really difficult to scale that particular aspect. But to give you an idea and an example of how you, along the way, develop skills and realize your true potential. Every single day you get better. This is unique, guys. This is special. And if you put the energy behind it, and if you work on becoming an entrepreneur, you will also accomplish greatness.